Karin. Hi, my name is, you can pronounce it however you want, it's Herrete. I'm running here, Astral Chain, with Yisk on the
Hello,
side.
I'm Yisk. I also ran this game like 2 years ago.
You actually, if I'm not mistaken, this was shown at Winter 2020.
Yes.
It was yours. It was a very different run from what is it right now. So I'm really excited to actually showcase this to the world, to everyone at least that is still watching this. So yeah, we're kind of ahead of schedule. We can take it easy, but we had a bid war for this, for character choice, and I would like to know what's winning right now.
Just quick. Yeah.
Female wins. Let's go.
This is so sad. Please.
It is not sad.
Yes.
Optimal choice. Also, I have don't mind it, Japanese keyboard, because I do things. And this is not gonna matter for anything. So I'm just gonna make my character. The run doesn't start until we press confirm on the character selection, so it'll be fine. I could also customize Akira, but I think I'll...
No. Let's just leave Akira like that.
Alright. With that, we can start on 3, 2, 1, go.
Brenda, where are the two new candidates?
We have a bunch of time to relax at the start, so it's gonna be fine. This is Astral Chain. This is a Platinum game exclusive game for the Switch, set in the future where the humanity is getting destroyed by some sort of energy from another plane of existence called the Astral Plane. There's a lot of anime stuff and lore and whatever. Just know that future, we are cops, and we help people and kill things and be cool.
We couldn't use them anyway.
That's what you need to know.
Yeah. Basically the plot.
Very basic. We'll see more of it. The story is just this kind of long article, about 2 minutes, where we get a lot of grades and stuff. Nothing that we hear doesn't... I mean, it won't affect how fast we go until the very end. We have 2 bike sessions in the game. This one was very limited, and then we have another one later. But the important thing is that for lore purposes, we are cops in training, supposedly, and there was some sort of accident in this part of the town that I don't remember the actual name of. It's a highway, basically, and we are gonna go there for our first mission, which is File 1 out of 11 that we're gonna see in this run. Each one with more powers getting unlocked gradually, but generally, right now we are very limited. After we get off the bike, of course. These are variations, by the way. These are people mutated by the Astral Plane energy. Don't mind it. They are not getting killed. Wink, wink.
Yeah? Definitely not.
Definitely not. And of course, we have ramps. We can go Akira on them. Nothing much to talk about it here.
You can also slide with the bike. Very important.
It is a very important thing that gives you a lot of invincibility, but I want to not use it as much as possible because there's one thing that we can do to go slower here, which is sliding to avoid attacks. That's a slowdown, and we want to go forward. Going forward is going to be very important right now. So just a little bit more of this as Akira is talking to us. So we got the character choice at the start, by the way, between female and male. The protagonists are twins. The other one is called Akira, including the female one. And it's going to take part in story events while we are the product. Also, actual important part here, I need to kill enough things between now and the credits ending so we can actually continue. But yeah, choosing female Akira is going to make male Akira be taking place in those story events. And that's actually cool because male Akira talks slower. Oh, that's actually done. And male Akira being slower means that by choosing female, we lost 14 seconds.
Very good.
I also play all of my runs in female. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, only world record does male pretty much, which is very sad. At least world record does it now, though.
Yeah. It used to be different. But yeah, since I don't need those 14 seconds, it's fine. We get introduced to our first case here. Blue case, which means no combat, usually. We're just gonna take this guy and escort him going forward to the chopper. Very simple, very easy. We're gonna go into our first combat section right away after this, which is gonna be fairly simple, but we have two combat weapons right now. The baton, which is a fast offensive attack but short range, and the gun, which is very weak but very fast and long range, of course. And the best way to deal damage right now is the stock of weapons and abilities is very limited. It's gonna be doing a 3-hit combo with baton and then changing to gun for 1 hit, which resets the combo. It's much faster than doing the finisher. So I'm gonna target this guy. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 3, and this guy's gonna die. Actually, good damage rolls, I guess.
Yeah. Sick.
Right into another one. File 1 is mainly just hoping that enemies give you good patterns. So basically RNG if you lose or save time. But mainly what I want here is that these other cops that are fighting with us are not able to kill the enemies. We are the only ones that can finish them, but they can focus on the enemies and wear them down for us. So if I'm lucky, I can kill them very fast. Also flying enemies, I'm also getting lucky here because they actually went down. And of course, killing them with baton is much faster than doing this. And that was pretty good actually.
Nice.
Right. With that tutorial fight, basically, we're gonna go into our first of many waiting sections in this game as we meet our sibling, Akira, and the invisible enemies that we cannot kill. So it's time to avoid them.
This is quality.
Definitely. There's another funnier stuff for this that I'm not gonna do for reasons. But other than that, we need to wait for dialogue to happen. Akira is gonna talk about can't see them and stuff. And after this, we're gonna get the main combat mechanic of this game, which is the Legion. If you're familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's basically the same thing. We're gonna get Sword Legion, which is essentially a second character that we're gonna be controlling. It mainly attacks randomly with AI, but we can move it manually. And it deals a lot of damage. So we're gonna use it to kill this Chimera, which are the other type of enemies that are the invaders from this astral plane that we're fighting against. This is technically another time fight that we have to wait for, but it's 4 waves, and the 4th wave can go indefinitely. So we want to get to 4th wave, then damage the enemies enough, not to kill them because they respawn, but to finish them right as the dialogue ends. For this, we're gonna use Akira again. Akira is very useless. It's gonna be a nice theme throughout the story of the game. He can't kill the chimeras, but we can keep dodging, so he thinks we are fighting. And so it's gonna lower their HP to 1 as we go around collecting this funny thing called red matter.
Listen, the Legion's wired to attack chimeras all on its own. Think of yourselves as
And now to dodge.
huh? Just keep your hands on the whip and you'll be fine.
Look out, though. Legions aren't always the same.
As you can see, Akira's just going at them, but they are at 1 HP for quite a while, just in agony, waiting for us to finish them. But if we kill any one of them, they just respawn and we have to do it again, which is slow. But after this one,
The Legatus' limiter keeps them from going from cranky to murderous.
there we go.
Very nice.
Very good. And now for the boss. This guy is kind of tanky. What I want to do is stay behind him if possible and chain the combos and wait for Sword to do any good attack. And also, oh, nice bind. What I'm doing with enemies, circling them with the chain, the astral chain, if you will, is binding them. If you do that, they get immobilized and are very easy to hit for a while. There's another mechanic for the chain, which is countering attacks. We didn't see any in this particular file, but otherwise we're going to be using it in the next file, file 2, because file 1 is essentially done.
Good fight. It was alright at least.
Pretty fast, actually, yeah. File 1 is essentially just RNG, as I said, so this guy can take a while, but it was pretty solid. We have one small minigame here before we hear the anime opening, and by here I mean skip, because we can skip every single cutscene in this game. Oh, most of them at least.
Yeah, a lot of them. Not enough, unfortunately.
I think with cutscenes, Leon did one run of that, and it would clock in at about 5 hours. So
That's not bad at all.
you get the idea. We save about 2 hours in cutscenes. Right. And the result screen, we're gonna add some experience, and I'm mashing plus an A to continue to file 2. Pretty good. For file 2, we have a longish section where we get introduced to the team at Neuron, the police thing that we are in right now, and the banking theme in the HQ, of course. But since we're just gonna go get introduced to the team, if we have any donations, I guess we can read them.
Just Call Me Geo donated $5.
Only that.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Gio, sitting behind me, and probably the one that tipped the balance to female.
Very sad. Once again.
Only you was sad, honestly.
How long has it been since we last saw him?
Neuron HQ is pretty slow to
Remember when
navigate right now. Thankfully, this is not
Shin came to
that
take
bad,
care
but
of us?
you have to take the elevator every single time. Classic BioWare stuff, loading zones and whatever. We have to go to the heliport to see Max and Alicia. Max is our adoptive dad, of course. That's going to be important later because, spoilers, he's going to disappear. Oh no.
You guys need some?
Whoa, I haven't beaten the game yet. Spoiler.
Of
course. The lore doesn't matter. It's going to be less and less coherent as we go on. It's fine. It's anime. Don't worry about it. And then we get introduced to Jean, favorite voice actor in the game. And he's going to introduce us to the Iris.
Weird.
Also, shoutouts to fast text.
Before we continue,
It's very fast. Iris is sort of a AR technology that we have now that highlights objectives and stuff and shows enemy health, which is going to be more important in terms of information in general for cycles and for marathon watchers, in case you don't know how much health the enemies have. And they're supposed to give us some training here, but we can skip all of it. We don't need training. We know how to move. We know how to do everything. And finally, we go for mission briefing. And after that, we're going to go get drinks. You can probably explain them better while I get them.
Yeah, so drinks are consumable items that give you like stat boosts to certain stats. So yeah, some of them give, say for example, I think 50% more damage. Some of them give 100% more damage, which is pretty good. Some of them give you resistance to stun. Those are the main important ones. There's also one that gives charge, which I believe you use a bit. But
yeah, because it also gives you extra attack.
yeah. So they're going to be pretty useful throughout the run. We're going to make a lot of stops in the vending machines and pick up drinks.
Yeah. Every single vending machine has, or most of them has a different personality. You can catalog them with the camera mode later. And they are different between different locations. The catalog that they actually give you is different as well. So we're gonna stop at very specific ones to get the drinks that we want. So first investigation. You're supposed to find different clues in form of these keywords. There's like 4, I think, here. You only need to get 2, signified by the progress bar up there, to investigate the thing that happened here, which is something about people getting dragged through gates and something about giant hands. I wonder what the mystery is.
That's a hard one.
Well, we failed it. At least 50%. 50% is a passing rate, I guess. But yeah, some sort of chimera, 2 people, to a gate. So we're gonna have to investigate that, following this trail. And during this, I want to get as much red matter as possible because red matter mainly translates to money right now, and I need some money for drinks and upgrades later. So it's gonna be important that I get as much as possible. Right, first fight, or first real fight, 3 areas.
Look at its hands. It's gotta be the one we're after.
But the raid is also still mostly RNG. What I want is sword giving me good patterns and trying to attack on the back as much as possible. And of course, after this first half, which is signified by dialogue rather than damage, I didn't want to do that, but sure, good. We get this cutscene.
No time to lose. We've got to do something about this now.
And now we have extra enemies, so we want to finish this guy as fast as possible. Unfortunately, spins are the worst type of attack in the entire game because they stun you, and that's not nice. By the way, I should be able to finish this before my spicy cobra, the first drink that we use, is finished. Alright, it worked.
Just barely.
It's fine, it's fine. Right, throughout this file, we're gonna get some side objectives thrown at us, mainly that gate, closing it, and these guys here trying to fight. Those are all optional. We don't care about them. If you want to see those guys not fight anymore, you can watch all cases, which is a very cool category.
Who routed that?
Initially me, but it was very bad. My all cases run got beaten by the Japanese.
Oh.
They are very good. It's a really cool run that also spends like an hour looking for a dog. Anyway, this is still not all cases, so I use the megabyte milk there. As you can see, this lamb is supposed to stun me and not let me pass. Mega milk is not useful for combat, but it gives me light super armor, which is enough to just barrel through those and don't worry about the thing. And we go into the next fight, which is against many aberrations and some chimeras, trying to save these 2 guys around here. Chimeras spawn at the same point every single time, and I want to try to kill the small enemies fast so I can then focus on the bigger ones later. Sometimes it works out better than others, but this should be more than fine. Especially after this dodge, it should kill. It didn't. Very cool. Please die. Thank you. And the other one right here. Try to kill it with one combo really fast. And just clean up. Akira was kind of bad at leading them to a place that I wanted them at. But that should work. Right, and no time to rest because we go into one of the most annoying fights in the entire game. Enceladus.
Enchiladas?
I like both enchiladas and ensaladas, which is salads in Spanish.
Okay.
You can take whichever one you like more. Anyway, this starts with the other chain mechanic, which is countering. And Enceladus is gonna go at us right away. I want to use the drink while I wait for this to happen. And now counter that. Throwing him to the ground. And we can start hitting him. I want this 3-hit combo from sword every single time if possible. And now I want to not lead him to the void. That's slow. Also hit that. That's also kind of slow. He has a lot of attacks, but what I mostly want to do is not get hit by a single attack in phase 2. Whoa, stop, please. Right, this is phase 2. After this, I want to bind him and finish him as fast as possible. This is not looking great, unfortunately. But as long as he dies before this attack finishes. Like
There
that.
you go. Nice.
If you don't kill him fast enough, he goes into a second area that has a very long transition. And that's annoying. Anyway, the entire team is now in the astral plane. First time we're here. Forgot to mention that. And you're supposed to not be able to run because you're getting affected by the energy or whatever. You can just roll and yeah, now we can run. Easy.
Huge time save.
Very huge. You're so slow otherwise.
Yeah.
Need to get as much as possible for money. 43 is fine.
Over there.
As we go into another kind of auto scholar. We're just on a countdown to lose our legion, just like everyone else, because legions are supposed to be the same type of enemies as chimeras, except domesticated, so we can use them as weapons. That's a thing, of course. So since we're in their home, they get homesick or something, and they are gonna detach from us.
Just a little more. Almost.
Also, we can't kill them, so I don't even need to try. There we go. Now here's the annoying part. Nemesis sword, as it's known, can do a lot of things. What I want to do is not get trolled too much. I can waste some time here because the dialogue actually goes out. Also, I can dab if I can get it. There we go. Very cool.
Trippy.
You just need to waste as much time as possible while the dialogue advances. And after this dialogue, we need to hit him enough. It's just damage, but usually that's annoying. That's very annoying, actually. Please despawn that.
If you don't have any other ideas, looks like that's our only
Right,
option.
we are
Oh, yeah.
we are suffering. We are suffering today. There we go.
Very funny.
Sweet. And avoiding all of my attacks, of course. So I usually want to get 8 hits with baton and then bind. And now we have unlocked actual combat mechanics, which is very nice. We're gonna go right ahead and put them to use. I'm gonna use that ring, and we have to fight against the other 4 legions right away.
What's going on?
So from now on, this flash that we get at the end of some combos is a sync attack. Whoa, this is quite feisty. Sync attacks are much better combinations than just our normal thing. So now we have actual combat unlocked, as I said. What I want to do here mainly is try to not get hit by Beast, because Beast has a lot of attacks that break your balance, aka stun you. And the other ones are not a threat in comparison, except if they do that.
Except the funny meme spin.
Yep. Also, I can use this, hopefully, to kill Beast right away. Unless he auto-dodges. God damn it. Okay, with 2 rounds of this, the barrier is gonna break, and now we just need to escape. Using another cool new mechanic that we got called... fuck, what? Chain jump!
Chain jumps, yeah.
Yeah, chain jump. That's the thing. Which is the platforming mechanic, basically. We're gonna send the Legion and then we jump to it. And hopefully that... Never mind.
Oh.
That's tricky sometimes. Fine. Usually I want to do a dodge roll like that at the end of a chain jump to get more distance. And here, go right into the end of file 2.
Very nice.
It's gonna be a... Yeah, we are in decent pace. Files 1 and 2 are essentially just... Did the game give us good luck? While file 3, 4, etc. is gonna get more and more hectic.
Yeah, now after file 2, you start actually having movement options available to you.
Yep.
So you can actually do skips and stuff. Of which there are a few.
There are a lot. Especially since The last time this was showcased, as I said.
Yeah.
We're gonna see it when the time is right. But for now, we have kind of a meme section, a second introduction to Neuron HQ. Which means I need to mash.
Fun, yeah?
It is fun. This section is fine. I love spending 4 minutes doing nothing.
That's the greatest thing about speedrunning. It's just button mashing.
Thankfully, this mashes really fast. Shoutouts to Switch Pro Controller. I did my first runs up until, I think, 250 on Joy-Cons. Never again. This bad boy mashes like a dream. Anyway, I'm gonna get 2 spicy cobras here. Not actually 3, which is the max for every single drink at a time. Because I want to have enough money for more things later. This is around 12k. And now we're gonna meet everybody's favorite sleep paralysis demon, Lappy. Don't mind the head. He's a normal dog. No thanks. Important. We don't want Lappy's help. Except for this thing. Lappy's gonna unlock fast travel around HQ, which is huge. And there he goes. Lappy is a mascot character for Neuron and for this game in general. It also, I mean, I haven't played Bayo 3, but it got me completely baited at the trailer. So I hope he also has a nice role to play there.
There's Lappy in Bayo 3?
It's in the trailer. No, I haven't played Bayo 3. I haven't played Bayo 2. I don't know, whatever. Lappy wants to show us around more stuff around Neuron HQ, starting with this, the weapons garage. We're gonna get one thing from the guy there, Ted. I think that's his name. Please be Ted. Thank you.
You play this game.
Yeah, at least twice. And now we go to Tabitha here to get the third main weapon, which is Gladius. Basically a big sword. Hits hard, but hits low. And also charge attack. And extra damage, of course. With the first actual upgrade. And of course, we also get the most important thing in any modern game. Camera mode. Which also has... No. I wanted to... there we go. It has a selfie mode. That's an important meme.
It's going to be used quite a lot in the run.
Yes, for very important reasons and for many skips, of course.
Huge time save, actually.
Extremely huge. There's like, I think, 7 different places Lappy wants us to visit, including the bathroom for some reason. You only have to do 3. Weapons Garage, this, and then another very cool mechanic called the Legatus Terminal. You can unlock color skins for your legions. If you're a fan of Evangelion again, there's like, also jumpscare warning, sorry. There's like some skins for everyone and whatever. But you can also clean your legions. We're not gonna do that. Goofy ass mechanic.
Wasn't there a thing where that like improves the AI of the legions by cleaning it? Is that real or is that a myth?
I have no idea. I have not tried. Also, Lappy is dead. I'm not gonna explain it.
It's so sad.
So sad. We're gonna see. Kinda. We're gonna see Lappy at least once. Let's just say that. We go to the next mission anyway. So now we have actual movement mechanics, which means I can use chain jumping in particular to go forward really fast. And it's gonna be abused right here on mission 3, which is Mason Forest, I think that's the name, yeah. In Mason Forest, things have been happening, weird things. We have to investigate it, starting with this guy. There used to be a different route for this, but there's like a new cool trick that I really like. And I'm gonna go left here first for that reason. But first we get this drone. This drone got shot by something, apparently. And we can use the iris, the AR technology, to actually look at what happened. as we go into... Whoa. There's a lot of obstacles, by the way. If I hit some obstacles, people get mad and I lose time. Not that one, thankfully. We're gonna go into this, talk to this, and then I'm gonna not bump into them. I want to listen to them. So I just fall down and do that. Very cool. And we are right next to the next objective, which is this guy. Art Aficionado. Tells us about Parnassus, or how you pronounce it, I don't know. He's a graffiti artist. And we're gonna meet him, or them, I don't know, in just a sec. Please don't get stuck. Oh yeah, Sword can do that, by the way. Cut energy lines. So can I get this kid? Nah.
Oh.
You can randomly get skip for this text for some reason. I don't know why it happens. I think nobody knows how it happens.
I mean, we know how. You just mash really fast and pray. But why is the better question.
Also, this guy.
Come on, let's get him.
Easy. If you do that fast enough, you can also get this tutorial during the fade out, which lets you roll during this. Very cool. That was the proprietor graffiti artist, Parnassus. We learn about some other things here. There's essentially extra missions around here. Every single one gives you the same things. You can do those twins, which is a long minigame, to get the same information instead of doing the Parnassus thing, but that's like 3 minutes of waiting, I think. Anyway, that's the quiz. I hope we don't fail too much.
That was great. Really
Top
nice.
work. And here, very important, we're gonna get the most important drink in the entire game, fishy water. Sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. Is that like salt water? Fish broth?
I don't know, soccer? Football? I don't know what any of the drinks are. I assume they are just energy drinks, every single one of them.
Probably.
I don't know about fishy water. Oh no, don't do that again. We're gonna get this to get a trail and continue through. So yeah, fishy water is definitely the fishiest name in the entire game, but also the best drink. It's 100% extra attack, plus 10% crit damage, I think, which is huge. But you get minus 30% damage debuff, defense debuff rather, which is kind of annoying, but also not relevant at all because we're playing casual. The easiest difficulty, we don't take too much damage. Doesn't mean the game is particularly easy. We still get knocked around quite a lot, and we could die, but mostly only at the final boss. Also, accuracy is kind of useless here. We can just do that without dying, and reveal this portal to continue on. Ah!
Oh! You jinxed it?
Yeah, I called him useless. Sorry, Akira. That's the revenge for the last minute donation.
100%.
Wow, I'm already out. Very cool. We'll have plenty of time. This.
Yeah.
Alright, Astral plane sections. Now we are free to roam around them. They are very distinct from the normal game sections because usually you have to go through story flags in normal real world sections, I guess. Here, as long as there's a platform, there's the way. Except for a few fights. Starting here. I'm gonna menu though. Here. I want to get an attack up. And the first skill, not ability, of the run. I guess we should probably explain abilities thing.
I mean, what's the... Oh, the category name is actually no abilities?
Yep.
Okay. So, the game has these random pickups that are called abilities, which are not the skills. With very, very, like, huge difference. And early on in the life cycle of the game, someone got really good abilities on their PB, and it was world record. And we just decided since then that abilities are kind of cringe.
They are very cringe.
So Now the main category is any percent no abilities, and no one ever runs with abilities.
You can do a very cool loophole called my run sucks, but
But abilities PB.
it is PvP because I can equip an ability at any point.
Yeah.
Yay! Some people have done that. I've never done that yet. I was kind of planning to do that today if we actually played as male.
Wonder what that is.
Thankfully,
It's not
we
like
avoid
the
cringe.
Eric signals.
Do you not have an abilities
Hey, it
PB?
worked.
No,
I'm guessing your
Oh.
Legion did that.
I'm pure.
As long as you've got your Legion, you should be able to make your way through the Astral
Anyway,
plane.
cool skip coming up. We're supposed to help a drone called Hull. Hal? Oh, I don't know. We can just not do that by
Do you read me?
going
I'm picking
over
up a
here,
distress
which
signal
is
near
the
your
place
location.
where
Go
we're
check it
supposed to
out.
go after helping Hull, and just rolling below it. It didn't work. Huh.
No.
That's the first time I felt that in years. Cool.
It's a bit more precise than it should be, all things considered.
Usually not, but if we get a goal here,
Yeah.
there we go. We respawn after the invisible wall. We can just continue. And it's fine because the drone HAL is gonna still talk to us here. Meaning that we definitely saved him.
Yeah.
See? He's
Easy.
saved. And now for the doggy. I'm gonna try to focus on the doggy so you can explain it.
Can I?
Probably.
Probably. So, first part of this boss fight is just a bunch of ads. Pretty much, you have to take out the ads, and then the boss fight comes down. The boss fight comes down. Yeah. Boss man comes down. So we're gonna be using the slash thing.
Yep.
L1. L1. Don't. That's new. I can tell you that much.
Is it? I guess
Yeah.
so.
We-
It's a wide hitbox, so it's
Yeah, we pretty much never used that back in the day, but I was also pretty bad at the game.
I mean, it's one of those innovations that only came with Kure,
Yeah.
the messiah of this game.
With the Japanese runners are gods, pretty much.
So this is Cerberus.
But yeah, you did a perfect dodge right at the start and then countered to do big damage to Cerberus,
Get back as soon as you can.
and then just some hits.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you don't kill him on the first platform because you have to go to this other platform anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really lose time. And that's going to be the end of this section. We have some time for donations, if that's fine, as we go into the next fight, which has nothing interesting really.
Unphantasma Moss donated $20. GL in the run Herret. I hope you can teach me how to play this game one of these days. I was not very creative for the comment, so donation goes to the incentive of your choice.
I have no idea what incentives we have right now. Probably nothing until next day on stream too, but shout out to Phantasma. Very good friend, very nice partner in business.
I just get in your way around here.
No, let's wait for, what am I doing? Let's wait for this because I'm gonna get another skill, not ability, called Round Sword, which I'm not gonna use right away, but I want to equip it. It's essentially a hitbox around sword
I'll make it up to you soon.
that is very strong. It's gonna come up in many fights, mainly because it not only deals a lot of damage with all of the boosts that we can have at the same time, but it also helps with killing those enemies with finishers. You can see the finish prompt every single time and how I'm not using it, because it's a slow cutscene that I want to avoid in general. But with Round Sword you can just kill them right after that. And with this guy, bind, power charge, and combo like that to kill
Nice.
him. Very easy.
I don't know if it was mentioned, but power charge, as the name suggests, gives you more damage.
Yep. For about, I want to say 15 seconds, but whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Right, small skip here if I can get it, which would be very cool. I'm gonna that, not quite, but I want to go over the railing instead of doing the cringe way, which is the stairs or the ladder rather. Never mind, we go
A
cringe.
bit cringe. Very sad.
Yeah, you can just make it over like that, but it's tricky. it doesn't save that much time. Basically, the all the travel that I'm doing now after kicking down the ladder, we're gonna go into this fight here with our brother Akira, which once again highlights how bad he is right now, because he doesn't have a Legion and we do, because we are the protagonists. This has 3 waves. I don't want to get hit by the fire, but sure game. I'm getting so trolled. Alright, and now the goons are gonna come down. I want to slash this and slash here, and for the last part, wait for these guys to come down. Hi Akira, I don't know why you are here, but welcome.
He's just chilling.
And this guy should die very fast. There we go.
Very nice.
And now Akira's gonna get taken to the astral plane by Arrow Legion, his normal Legion. And we have to go and find him. And now we probably have the time for donations as we go into the next part.
Logpoo donated $5. Good luck, Herret. Surely this anime is getting interesting.
It's definitely getting interesting. Shout out to Logpoo, another Spanish runner. It's right over here.
So good. I'm honing in on Octopus position.
Another astral plane section, which means there will be skips. This time more interesting and more major.
I'm sending it to
But first we have a smaller section of just running around and hitting switches. Thank you. And there we go. And now we will have to wait for these blocks to actually move as we avoid these guys. I could use them for a funny trick, but I'm gonna do another version of the funny trick later, which is more consistent for me. Ooh.
Nice dodge.
It was not a perfect dodge, unfortunately. It would have been extra cool. Also slow.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. It's time for the first super climb. Ooh. So when you get pulled by a Legion, but you're below it, you actually end up farther above it than usual, and then you can recall it and call it again in order to get infinite height. And with that, we skip a kind of slow section with an elevator. Very cool. It's gonna be abused all around, but right now we are very limited on how we can start one and another skip right away, of course. Another elevator skip. I'm gonna be rolling to the boss arena in a very specific way. Hit the invisible wall here and jump to...
Very nice.
Right. And now, as I kinda hinted at, we're gonna fight Arrow, which is another... Oh, what am I doing? Never mind, it's not an easy fight. I don't know why I rolled.
The hardest fight in the game, right here.
Definitely. Alright, so it's simple. Bind, Cobra, round, and then I'm gonna also open that so you can see the thing.
Very nice.
Thank you. Very cool. You want to kill it in one go because otherwise it goes to other places, it teleports essentially, and you have to find it and hit it again, and with no setup it's really, really hard to do consistently. But that was nice.
Good time to stretch.
Yes, we have nothing for a bit. Now we have Arrow for us. Our brother gets nothing. We get another cool toy in the arsenal. Arrow is not as great in combat, unless we'll see it later. But it moves much faster when we move it manually, and of course it can shoot things that are far away, which is gonna be used here. Also, this ally, we can definitely reach it, but the game hates us, so we have to do this anyway. And then we just see, we don't even need it.
Really nice.
Ooh. There's Akira. And before we finish file 3, we have to go visit the cats. Another very cool mechanic that we all love.
Yeah.
Oh. Exposed. I'm fumbling every single input. Don't worry, this run is fine. Wink.
Definitely, 100%.
That's the cats. So there's one cat for every single file that you can rescue, and then they have very specific names, and you can go feed them. It doesn't do anything, but now we have an extra option on the fast travel. So we have to manually harder. Right. And for file 4. This one is actually hard, unfortunately.
I feel like that's the case with a lot of the files in this game as well.
Yeah, this game got a lot harder.
Yeah, a lot harder since I ran it.
Very, very hard. I found a lot of things that are kind of input intensive, and fights are very hard to optimize in general, but we're going to be fine. First off, this is a perfect opportunity because I have a lot of money that I don't use to get some drinks. And teleport right into command room to get our orders, which are through the garage. We're gonna take the bike, not for a bike section, but every time you take the bike is for going to one specific area, which is Harmony Square. It's kind of like a central hub for shopping and stuff in the arc. And we go there because an old partner in crime of our boss called Jenna has appeared after, I think, 20 years or something of disappearing into the astral plane. So we have to investigate that, and we have to use it. We have to use any possible measures, including jaywalking, unfortunately. By doing a charge attack with arrow there, I get some height over the thing, and then I just hold back. It lets me clip through the invisible wall there. You lose nothing for it. You are supposed to lose good boy points, experience points. We have 0 in that case, so it doesn't matter at all.
Very sad.
We are bad cops for this particular file. And every single time that we go here, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's 2 different NPCs where we can get what am I doing? Every single thing that we need here, but also 2 files, starting with, can you get binded? This guy. Ooh. This guy is a red case, which means we are supposed to get graded for it, not in casual though. And he gives us one of the words. And the other red case here gives us the same word. And then there's 2 blue cases around that also give you the same word. We can choose either of them. We choose the fast ones because trying to catch a cat is slow. Trying to fight some goons is also very slow. So instead of that, we're gonna take this easily lost man to get some nice burgers. He gets easily lost so we can go fast. Very important.
Yes.
Also shout out to Larger Burger. It looks really good, unironically.
You can use one of those.
After the run. Don't remind me of that.
Not going to tempt you that much.
You're doing great.
Also, it's not going to be great because it's going to be McDonald's.
I'm on your next destination on your map.
Anyway, we have enough clues. We're going to talk about old cop shows or whatever.
Oh, this one's hilarious, yeah.
And now Jenna appears. So we have to go to her next robot. There's some weird movement around here, but that is definitely faster. Don't question it. To go see her blink into a portal.
You saw that too, didn't you? Wait, it's too dangerous
Of course.
to follow her.
It's too dangerous. We don't care. I get her feel later.
Very sad.
To follow Jenna, we're supposed to start using Arrow to do cool things. We're gonna do a cool thing with Arrow, but it's not quite what you expect.
Do you read me?
Because there's a very funny crystal here with funny collision that I can use to not that, not quite at least. Do that, then hold it into that corner and make it ascend. Not quite as high as I wanted, but I can climb a little bit. One more. And with that, we are essentially on the last part of the entire plane already. And now we want to use this side that we have. Not quite, but one more climb, easy.
Very nice.
To skip everything in this entire plane, except for the annoying part, which is gonna be the birds. Oh, come on, game. Where is it gonna place me? Please don't place me at a cringe spot.
Oh, that is very cringe.
I have no idea where I'm at.
You're at the start. You're at the start.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's...
You didn't touch a single checkpoint throughout the entire...
very cool.
Really funny.
I hope you like this skip. We're gonna see it again. This time, much faster, thankfully. And I guess I can do this again. I can definitely say that this has never happened before now.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thankfully, going to the last part is easy enough. We just go to this here, make sure I'm actually in a good place to find Jenna here. And hopefully that's not gonna be the worst part, because this fight is gonna be very cool and smooth. Birds are jerks. Every single game that you can find them in, they are the worst enemy, and this is no exception. Just like that. Flying enemies are annoying to hit. We only have a gun for it, which is kinda weak. We can also jump to them, but it's usually not as consistent. And right after this, we're gonna get some shield enemies that I want to spawn camp. Starting with this one. Huh? How did he? Alright, everything is going completely wrong.
Swimmingly.
Please target the guy. Thank you. That should kill. Alright. I don't know why you are all the way there, but I don't like that. We're gonna cut this guy. Hopefully he dies. Thank you. And now, birds, officially jerks, should hopefully die here. Can you, maybe?
It's gonna take a bit because the fishy water unfortunately ran out.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Yeah, not ideal, but still pretty good.
I guess so. Could have been much worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
When birds are on screen, we just
cry.
Don't like that. We're gonna see a very big bird later that hopefully is gonna give me much better RNG compared to this one.
Definitely.
We'll see.
Just believe in the marathon luck.
It's not going so well so far.
But this started the run. Plenty of time to have marathon luck.
At least I hope so. Alright. We found nothing of use there. Jenna disappeared, so we're gonna follow the clues that we actually got and go to the mall. Who doesn't like the mall?
I don't know. Do you like the mall?
I like the mall. I like exploring the mall, especially out of bounds.
Yeah. I like things that didn't exist back when I ran.
Hopefully we see that with no problems at all.
No.
Right,
you're gonna do great.
Box movement around here to go to the rendezvous point. Also, we're ignoring a lot of extra stuff on the side. You can see it on the minimap, including my boy Carlos, unfortunately. Hit 4 woman in white. That's 25%. Not bad. Yeah. We conclude that we have to go to this mall to see these supposed tentacles and whatever is in there. So time for Arc Mall. One of the sections of the game, for sure. The main thing that you want to avoid here is the goop. There's goop on the floor. If you step over the goop, you get slowed down for a while. So don't want to do that. So we're gonna go right away into this cutscene here. And something about corn or whatever.
I suppose you think you have me cornered.
Not quite. I tried to delay it a little bit.
Oh.
Anyway, tentacles. This section is very tricky. As you can see, if I send my Legion, it automatically goes to the tentacles. I don't want that. I want to just go forward. So wherever there are tentacles, I want to move arrow manually. So this movement can be very tricky, including this. Please go forward. Thank you. As we go into here. The gravity tentacles, another thing that we're gonna avoid. Tentacles are gonna be all around this part coming up. Grabbing our partners. You're supposed to rescue them for a mission, but you're also supposed to take a picture of them getting grabbed for another mission, which is amazing. Thank you, game. Oh. And generally, there's a lot of ways to do this, but I like to do this because we can ignore essentially all of the tentacles and just go forward. Ooh.
Very close there.
Yep, very close to getting grabbed myself. And just one more section as we go into... Can you not? As we go into the next boss, Arm. Next Legion as well, a very important one.
Probably the best Legion, all things considered.
I guess...
I mean, in terms of time save, right?
Yeah, it definitely saves the most time by far. There he is, the spinning boy. I want to force him to drop Jean on the armor. Not quite what I wanted. Hopefully he's not on the goop. Right. Usually he goes here. Never mind. Decided to ignore all of my predictions. Yeah, now we can bind him. And with one combo, it should be more than enough to get our third Legion.
Very nice.
And yeah, Arm is a big, bulky dude that can punch and stuff. Not that great for combat, but it's going to be very great for something that doesn't seem super intended, but it's definitely the fastest way to move, and you'll see why. First, we have to check on Jin. Oh yeah, Arm can also leave things like that thing that is crushing our other friend. I don't want to do that. That's slow. Sorry.
Toxic.
Anyway, as I said, more exploration. Very cool. We're gonna go in here. This is one of the most recent stats that I adopted, so hopefully it goes well. First, we're gonna go here and climb to go to some out-of-bounds areas. We want to go to the start of the mall again. It's actually possible to do it. Oh, really? Didn't work? It's supposed to be possible to just go there, but it's low and you get a secret fight on the way. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna... Oh, no.
Oh.
God damn it. Right, that's the annoying part about this particular spot.
Yeah.
Come on.
You can do this.
Come on. Climbing optimally is kind of hard. Getting the timing to get the roll as well, to hit the ground. You can just do it with normal jumps instead of doing the roll, but it's usually slower. And you also don't get to control your angle too well. That should be enough. There we go.
Nice.
Now, escalators. I want to hit them around here and climb. And go to this corner around here. Alright, it's fine. We can back this up easily. Hopefully. Thank you. And use arrow to force us into this corner. Clip down. Just
nice.
That. And now the actual trick starts.
The actual hard part.
So I want to climb into that, which is harder than it looks. It's gonna be very chunky. It's very hard to control this. That. Just one more for safety. And we want to clip to this. Oh.
No.
Yeah. Clipping through here is kind of annoying because it's less solid than it seems, but more solid than it should. So give me just one more. There we go. And now I want to avoid going too high here, because it's gonna trigger a fight that we don't want. They're supposed to be at the end of this. Because we're skipping a few fights on the way, by doing this particular section out of bounds. And it ends with that elevator shaft, as you can see, at least the elevator entrance. Not quite. But yeah, as you can see, arm is really fast for movement in general. And in the air, you can cancel this armor mode that it has to not fall down too fast. And with that, you can get a lot of distance, which...
Nice.
There we go.
Second try.
Fine. For how hard that trick is, I'll take it.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, with that, we skip 2 fights that are generally required. So I can go right into the final fight of this file, which has a lot of waiting, a lot of talking. So
sad. This is how you live, following orders without question, without thought.
Jenna really likes to talk about humans.
Give yourself up. We'll talk about
Yeah, she talks a bit too much during the game.
She's ambiguously trying to take over humanity or something like that. I don't remember.
She's very, very ambiguous and never actually says what she wants to do.
She wants to create this thing here, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
This is the first version of the Homunculus, Homunculus Alpha. Contrary to popular belief, Alpha means the least strong. It's still pretty strong, I guess. No alphas here. What I want to do, because this is another time fight, we can't finish it until the entire dialogue is finished. I want to get him to 1 HP, and then he stops attacking. Just like that. And that gives me a lot of time for... Yo!
Oh,
It's on the ceiling!
what are you doing?
Die. That's either the Soy Jack or the PogCamp. You can take your stance on that. Anyway, that's gonna be file 4. We have some more dialogue to indicate that unfortunately Akira got destroyed.
I'm gonna administer
Nice. And he's the squad that did not save him.
Victory selfie.
A medical
Yeah.
chopper is on its way to the mall.
Actually,
Bring anyone who needs medical
I
attention
can
to the front
definitely take a
entrance.
selfie
All neuron officers still in the mall.
if it's
report
playing
back to
that
HQ
and not
ASAP.
lose any time, so that's
Repeat,
cool.
all officers
You can
return
take
to
photos of
HQ.
pretty much anything, and it's a long side quest. Of course, I'm just gonna use it for swag.
Yeah.
I don't really care about getting a full bestiary and whatever.
Yeah, not really relevant for
Anything.
anything yet. Eventually, all cases.
I-
Or all, not all cases.
I'm not gonna.
Hundo?
I'm not gonna do Hando. Hando is a meme. I have gotten 100% in this game casually. A speedrun is not worth it. You'll never see that. But we can kind of talk about it because we have nothing now because during that fight, Akira got stabbed. So now he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I guess we go there to laugh at him. I don't care about anything else.
And the commander.
So right away we're gonna go talk to the nurse, Brenda. We're gonna be more familiar with her in a bit. But for now, she sells us medicine. We don't really use it in general. You get a lot of extra medicine from random stuff. So you usually have some in your hands. But the drinks also cure you. So if you are low on health, just drink something. Forehead. Anyway, this is a complete Roller Scholar.
I'm not sure how much you've been told.
I just hold
So
forward.
allow me to explain. This
Very
is the
difficult. Do you want me to get you
Aegis
some water while we're
Research
doing this?
A
Go ahead.
testament to
Yeah.
Dr. Calvert's lifetime
Always stay
research
hydrated.
and birthplace
Very important.
of the Legions.
So
Dr. Calvert
this
has
is the
gathered the
ARI,
finest minds the Earth
Aegis
has to offer.
Research Institute.
study the astral
That's the thing.
plane and
Doesn't
records our
have anything to
future.
do with Chernobyl 2.
The
Sorry,
data they
Shem.
collect by defeating
Uh,
Cerberus goes directly
This
towards
is
their
a
research.
spoiler, the last section of the game as well. We get introduced to this as a research place and also a hospital in general.
Inside.
We don't
Each
get to see
floor
much
is
of it, but
dedicated to a different research field.
we see this floor,
where
which
the
is,
red matter
as she's
specialists
explaining now,
work.
red matter specialists work.
There's nowhere on the Ark better equipped
For
to treat
people
red-shifting civilians
attacked by
or
chimeras
officers
or
injured by
transformed
aberrations.
into aberrations or whatever.
You'll need special
And there's
permission to go
just a
beyond
small
this
skip
point.
around here that we can use. Thank you
Make
for the water.
yourself at home here. Just be
So,
sure not to step
usually we have
outside.
to wait for dialogue to happen, but we can start dialogue on screen and move the camera away. Use it to buy some drinks. And then you can pump it to her for extra luck. And even though it didn't look like it, that saves just a little bit of time. Just less waiting than normal.
These rooms are reserved
And
for
now as we go
victims
to
of
Akira,
redshift and chimera attacks.
she's gonna tell us about her
Akira is in one of
and
them right
stuff.
now.
Oh, we can also learn about her in the creepy way.
Oh yeah.
So she's 30, huh?
I must
Very
say,
cool.
I wish I were back here under happier
47 kilos.
That's
right. I used to work
light.
in this branch myself.
I don't know really.
Back before Dr.
Probably
Pavel
not.
founded a neuron.
I wouldn't know.
Before I even knew what a legion was. I was right here.
Also, I like to
checking
call this
charts
part
and pushing
Mario
buttons.
Kart Wii for this
Every day
alter shortcut
brought
that
a
I'm
new
gonna do.
batch of the hurt
Huge.
and the hopeless.
She doesn't know that this is not solid.
Look at the line, look at the pace.
Stop all that pain. Truly
Look at that
stop
guy.
it,
Wow.
Not just patch it up. Now, I'm proud to be working with you and Dr. Calvert to fight for humankind's future.
Type of section that you learn from memory from doing runs. Anyway, there's Akira. 2058, what a zoomer.
I didn't bore
Oh.
you too much, did I?
Shut down.
Here we are.
So yeah, we look at Akira for like 3 seconds.
We
And we have places to go. You're supposed to go around the hospital and doing some things that pop up, some extra cases. You can just leave. And then it just gives you the actual mission. Nice light, by the way. Thanks, in. Alright. We're gonna go into the subway. The boring kind of subway, unfortunately.
Not sandwiches.
Not sandwiches.
Disappointing.
There's an ice cream shop if you like that. Anyway, oh, that's sword. What's supposed to happen here is that, well, what actually happened, whatever. There was some explosions on the subway, and we have to rescue people and investigate what happened with our friend Alicia. Of course, we know what's happening. All right, cool new tech, new, whatever. You talk to this guy before Alicia comes here. And sorry, we have to be anti-maskers.
Oh.
Putting on the mask wastes a few seconds because there's transition to actually put it on. So yeah. Put your mask on whenever necessary though. Bye, thank you. There are 3 civilians that we have to rescue here. Unfortunately, we move very slow, but we have a big, bulky man to help us push him. Not like that, but like this. Ooh,
Very nice.
decent slide. Right. Second one is supposed to be inside the subway that you have to go all the way around for. I didn't actually get the punch, unfortunately. But you can punch this switch to the wall and skip all of that. No, there are no walls. How will we go faster with ARM? Well, we have to get creative. So, as you can see, we get a little bit of speed every time we grab one of the enemies and pull them towards us. It's not 100% consistent, unfortunately, but generally, you just do it. And it's much faster than just walking through it. As long as you manage your energy there, which is something that we didn't talk about specifically, but every single action that we take with Legions costs energy, and it's the reason we can't just use arm dash everywhere. As you'll see here, I run out, and it's actually, no, whatever. Nice menu. I'm gonna use the fishy water here, it's fine. It's not planned, but it's fine.
Yeah.
As we go into the slimes. With this attack and slash to kill all of them. I said the big one, of course. They are dying much faster than expected, for reasons.
Actual time save, hidden time save, definitely. Definitely not very important.
No, it's gonna be fine.
Definitely doesn't save more time to do it on other places though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use another ring later.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is the important resource, fishy waters. So this is Carlos. We're gonna use him for exactly the same thing. Except it's only one enemy, so we don't have to worry about getting hit. Avoid the barrels, hopefully. We didn't, but it's fine.
You avoided them enough.
Yes, so. Alright, that's all 3 civilians, and we can go into the final fight of this section, which is against some dogs. Dogs are rank 2 for most annoying enemy, so hopefully they don't troll me too much. Pretty good. One thing that our boy Arm can do is open doors. If you start the animation, then you can just change to another one. Actually open it, please. Which is a little bit faster in this case, especially here because I can set up for this fight. The 2 doggos are kind of close actually. Hopefully this is going to be a fast fight then. Yes. Oh, pretty good, yeah. And now I just killed them like that.
That was pretty good.
Considering everything, that was definitely nice. Alright, change to Arm to get ready. As we're gonna go deeper into the subway to find the actual perpetrator of the explosions. But first, Alicia's gonna tell us about her story. And I'm just gonna Sigma walk out of that. As long as you trigger it, it doesn't matter what you do. She's just gonna stand there and do nothing.
You didn't hear that, did you? Never mind. Not like your old man.
Do I get to recycle?
Let's just say everything doesn't always
Huge.
work
Big.
out the way you think it
Look at all the good boy points.
So look at this backstory. Very cool. She's supposed to be kind of like an adoptive mother to us, except our father doesn't know. I don't know how that works out. So we learned that there. Anyway, we're gonna go and try to catch this guy called Prometheus, who's causing the explosions. It's another new type of chimera that is kinda annoying to fight. And also shoots a lot of fire. Let's see how this fight goes, because I have a very specific strat that usually gives me some leeway, but it doesn't really end the fight right away. Why are you here? Right, so I'm gonna go here, enter slash mode, attack and dodge. That triggers this. Ooh, I got trolled. Alright, whatever. No yo-yo here. We're just gonna focus on killing him as fast as possible. He's spinning, which is bad. Spinning attacks are bad. Never mind. Based?
Oh.
Kinda. Alright, just finish. It's fine.
Actually pretty good.
Considering everything, yes.
Considering the circumstances.
Now, that was just the introduction to this file. This is the actual run killer. Because here we meet another legion that we're gonna get called Beast. And for this one, I definitely need to focus.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, bait and attack. Go to this crystal with Arm if possible. And I want to climb here. It's not looking great until they let me land. Please let me land. Oh god.
Oh.
Alright, doggos were bad, but it's fine. Now we are here. We're not supposed to be here, of course, until we get Beast. So I can climb out of this. And continue. And now the game is gonna say, hey, you are here? I guess you fired. Yeah, you won. Congrats. We don't actually get Beast yet. So we have to avoid every single Beast puzzle. Thankfully they are all skippable with Arm, including this. Huge, very nice.
Nice, very nice.
And that was only part 2. Now for part 3, how to escape. Please explain it, because this is definitely focus time.
Yes, so what basically what's going on is up there, right in front of us, there's a robot, Hal, who we visited earlier, who we are going to try to skip again. And the area we need to go to is just to our right over there, but there are some invisible walls, and it's a pretty long distance. So what Teret is going to do is he's going to wait for this cube to go all the way right, and then use the dashes to try to go as far as possible. That's looking real. That was really good.
Yep.
And now for the next part, you're supposed to have Beast Legion here to run over those things, but instead just spamming dodge and sending the Legion. That was
really good.
That was really good.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Not quite first try, but yes.
That was clean. I mean, come on.
We skip Hull again. And there's so many versions of that particular escape. That one is essentially the hardest, and I'm really happy that it worked out.
Yeah, that was super good.
Yeah. And thankfully we can cool down from that by getting a lot of menuing done.
Yeah, doing all the upgrades necessary.
Yep.
Do you do any more upgrades after this? I don't think so. Right?
Axe.
Axe. Oh yeah, Axe.
When we get Axe, we've been getting 1 new Legion per file, but now we're gonna take a break from that. And after getting Beast, we're gonna have 6, 7, and 8, and then in 8 we have special thing. I want to get some abilities for Beast because Beast is gonna be mostly support, and for Arrow, I want to get this in particular, Round Arrow, which is gonna be a very special tool that will help us later. And finally, make sure to have everything equipped as we go into the final fight. Right, clean. Beast, we're gonna see it later, but essentially you ride it.
Yeah.
And it's fast, but not as fast as ARM, but more spammable to a degree. Anyway, we have one last fight here against the Pro Legions that hopefully will be very fast. I start bind them. I only binded one apparently. Nice game.
Okay.
So I guess I can improvise, get this, and try to kill as fast as possible. Not looking great, unfortunately. They are trolling me quite a lot. Alright, there we go. Please die. Alright, there we go.
There we go.
Good enough.
Yeah, definitely good enough. They died?
They died. That's gonna be file 5. This kind of a run killer, which went pretty okay, I'd say.
Definitely good.
Better than expected.
You got how to skip first try, pretty much?
Pretty much. Now the real run killer is file 6, probably.
Every file after the other is just another run killer?
Yep. There's a lot of different run killers around the run. And it's a lot of particular escapes that hopefully will go as well as how to escape. Anyway, we found some secret data from Jenna, and now we are kinda sus about stuff happening. Also, Lappy is here. Dead again. And also Hal is supposed to be an ally of the police all the time. So when we help him, we get introduced to him formally now, and he wants us to investigate in some sort of secluded area that we are not supposed to be able to go to. So we're gonna be bad cops again. Also ignore all of his information, of course. Go to the garage, and we're gonna go to Harmony Square again, which means remember that trick? Okay, so apparently to go to this enclosed area that is supposed to be forbidden entry for everybody, you just go to the most popular place in the entire arc and take another door. Definitely makes sense. Oh, they got mad at me. Sometimes that happens. It's fine. I'm playing the bad cop, as I said, jaywalking and getting to forbidden places. Also, I'm not gonna get this balloon. Heck that kid.
Oh, very sad.
Do that to avoid taking stairs. That's low. We're gonna take some refills here and go to this other door. This was closed earlier. Now we can actually do it. And look at that. And descend this ladder to go into stealth.
Very stealthy section.
You could say we definitely sneak around in some way. But we can go stealthy with the cop outfit because, oh no, they're gonna find us. So we're gonna get the drip. Objectively, best thing about playing female Akira. Male Akira gets a very ugly, I don't even know what it's called. Makes him look like a pedophile. But meanwhile, female Akira gets the drip.
Oh yeah, he gets a trench coat, right?
Trench coat, that's it. Correct. Thank you. I know style, but I know video games to a degree. Anyway, breaking the law. Woo. That was the second one, by the way. I completely ignored it on commentary, but basically, if you're behind a guard, you can insta-bind them. And I use that to get past the first guard, go to the last one, chain him for a key, and continue. And the second one is even funnier. He didn't turn around, that's cool. So we're gonna bind this guy on the left, and then this guy is gonna forget that we exist. Oh, almost 69.
Oh, sad.
Very sad.
Those should be the last guards for us to
Anyway, with that, we are on the entrance to Sector Zone 9. That's it's on the screen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. You're supposed to learn how to enter this. Oh, that's not ideal. Alright, I can back it up.
Still fine, yeah.
Slow strats, or older strats rather.
Very old strats.
You can go over and skip this ladder. It's a little faster, but yeah. Doing that movement there, you can essentially speed this up quite a lot and go right to this guy. This is another investigation. There's like 12 different cases that you get wolves from, but you can also talk to this guy. He knows everything. He's absolutely OP. Tell us about the Hermits, which are kind of a criminal organization that is doing things here, nondescript things about liquids and using a drug and whatever. And we can finish the investigation right here by talking to these two. And then we're supposed to infiltrate the base, which we don't know how to do, really. We need some sort of clue. How do you infiltrate the base in any movie or video game?
I'm not quite sure.
Do you go through the door?
No.
Do you drop from the ceiling?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you go through the ventilation ducts?
Yeah, usually.
Usually.
Pretty common.
So yeah, what kind of secret passage could it be? Who knows? Maybe these two guys know, who are in guard. Ventilation ducts.
That's how did you know that?
Well, I've played this game before.
Oh, okay.
There's two different starts for this. I hate the first one, which is a very strange clip that you can do. So instead, I'm gonna take the scenic route, which is here. We're gonna go through the ventilation ducts. You could say we are venting.
Whoa.
And dig our way through to the Hermit's base. Hello? That took a while.
Yeah?
What the hell?
It really did. Too fast.
I don't know.
Game didn't load yet.
Would be very weird. Another never happened before. Anyway, we are venting. We're gonna watch Kyle, the leader of Hermits, and some Hermits fight some chimeras and do stuff in the mandatory bathroom break. I'm not gonna go to the bathroom.
No?
But I could go for a refill.
You could go for some water?
Yep. Should we leave the stream?
Yeah. I think so.
Enjoy.
But generally, one dose is enough to get them fighting fit.
Great. Now our missing associates are our only problem. Any new info on that?
I'm sorry, sir. I've got everyone on the lookout for intel, but we've come up with nothing.
10 credits says he went through a gate then. We won't get useful results with a weak-ass chimera like that. Still, though, this batch is legit, no doubt about that. The days of cowering in fear are over. Soon.
We back.
Easy. See?
Easy. Still have a solid, like, what, 30 seconds on this?
Yep. The funny part is that this is the halfway point of the run, and it's the perfect time for a bathroom break.
Actually perfect.
Oh, we should probably explain skill glitch. Can you do it?
No, I don't think I can understand. No, I don't think I can explain skill glitch, actually. That is so, like, far after my time.
Alright, fast explanation. I'm gonna use a skill with arm that I'm not supposed to have. There it is.
Yes.
This is an endgame skill called Gravity Well. It gathers up enemies, which is very nice for this particular fight.
Yeah, slightly longer explanation is you, like, sort of switch legions mid using a skill.
Yep.
So you use the skill of another legion.
As it's loading in. It's easy to explain than to do. I know.
Yes.
I'm saying it exactly backwards, but whatever. I wanted to use another one there, but it didn't quite work out. So instead I'm gonna... Oh, that's... sure. That's Kyle. He has an interaction that we skip by howling with Beast. That's a crowd control stun. Pretty large and nice priority. Use it to skip that, and we're gonna use it in many fights. Basically, by stunning him and skipping that casting, we can start attacking right away. You can set it up to kill it very fast. It didn't quite work out. Skill is just kind of hard.
Yeah.
By the way, that's Kyle. That's the leader of the Hermits, as I said. Very cool design and character. He has a hologram backpack for some reason.
Very cool.
Also an electric katana. We're not gonna fight him properly. You can fight him properly in the post game, but other than that, we just find him here. We take him to 20% health, I think, and now we are friends. He's gonna show us around the path for another cool waiting section, which I like to pass by doing doggy cam. This is camera mode 3. We are now the Legion, and the doggy can look at Kyle and get pushed.
Here it is, our lovely home.
Look at him. Ain't he cool?
Don't be shy.
Hello, Drew.
Make yourselves at home.
And now when we get pushed, we can talk to him. So, the guy that gives the Hermits these drugs that are supposed to help fighting chimeras is called Douglas. He disappeared, left this briefcase, suitcase, whatever, behind. We're gonna use it to track him down using Beast. A good boy can track sense, of course. Instead of that, I'm gonna do something that in Spain we like to call balconing. Do not do this at home. We're gonna go to this pile of boxes. Not quite, actually. Okay, sure. Let me do the slower but safer strat. That could have been way faster, though. Anyway, here, I'm gonna go wedge myself to this and just clip out. That's the thing that you can do. And somehow, some way, the entire thing that we have to go through is loaded. So we can just go to the end and kill this guy to reveal a portal to the next Astral plane section.
Huge skill.
Yep. And very nice. Right. This Astral plane can go very wrong, but it's usually just normal movement. There's no big skips here. So we'll see. It's also an arm movement showcase. If everything goes well, I want to get as much energy as possible so I get that red matter. And now, the gimmick here is invisible platforms that only appear after you touch them with a Legion in particular. So even though we don't have a way right now to advance, we can make it appear like that. I got trolled.
Aww.
I should have seen it. I was too fast to pull the trigger. So go here. Can. It's fine. This is not a hard skip. This is a little bit harder, especially if I do that.
Oh.
What am I doing? It's fine.
Yeah, it's you're good. You're good.
Everything in this Astral Plane is on a global timer. We need to hit a cycle, but if we don't, we find another one. So I'm not gonna be super used to the cycle that is coming up, but it's not gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, you'll adapt. You've played this game.
I definitely have. Right, this guy, invisible arrow enemy. I'm gonna stun it with Howl, switch to sword, and now we kill it as fast as possible. And hopefully get on the elevator right away. Not quite, it's not there. And now there's 3 blocks here that I want to not get crushed by. And some others that are right there. Right, we have not fine.
Oh.
What am I doing? Ah.
Just unfortunate cycle right there.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be good though. Trust.
For sure.
Yeah. Look at that.
We still have this thing on the way, but thankfully not blocking us too much. Alright, finally we want to go around this. Which can be tricky, but it was nice. And there's a final skip here that hopefully I get, which is not super consistent. Not quite, no.
Oh.
You can climb there with another thing called arm climbing, but it didn't quite work out. Don't target that.
Funny.
Thank you. I want to hit all of these. Right. I was not supposed to target that. Unfortunate, but this Astral Plane goes like that sometimes. Most important is that we are at the end and we can go into this fight, which is going to be skill glitch again, and then our first showcase of round arrow.
Yeah, round arrows pretty good. You
For
can say.
some places, yeah. One. Like that. And these guys are all grouped up. Punch, punch, and spin. And now we get ready. Power charge again. And this is Tartarus. Watch what happens when I spin to win.
It's ridiculous.
So that's round arrow, one of the special inputs that you can unlock for some legions. Round arrow is not that great in its own, but using the buff from Fishy Water, using the power charge, and in an enemy that can get hit by every single projectile because it spins and hits all around it many times. If you can hit every single thing, it deals so much damage. It's ridiculous. We're gonna see it in full force even at the end of this particular file. Right. First off, now the world is getting destroyed. A lot of portals are appearing or something like that. And it's getting fused with the Astral Plane. I don't know how it works really. It does. And so we have to save the day. Also, Douglas escaped after we found him. Why did you not? Come on. And so we have to also find him again. But as we go through, you're going to see that more and more things from the Astral Plane are going to start appearing. More enemies are going to start appearing. We don't know what's causing it, but it's somehow related to Douglas. And maybe related to Jenna? I don't know.
Who knows?
Birds hopefully die fast, because I still have Fishy Water active. Good enough, I guess. Arm, please. Thank you. We're gonna activate this. Which doesn't let us advance, but then Just gonna spawn this here. And instead of waiting for this, I'm gonna do a cool thing. Like that. Which is something that I came up with in here during practice. Because there's a different strat that's not used in World Record. But it's quite annoying to get. Finally, we have one last fight before getting to a calm place against this Shogun or whatever. A nice chain. There we go. Definitely he's not against the wall. So we can start attacking right away. I want to do 2, 3, and then some attacks. Please die. I guess we can perfect dodge this or not.
Yeah. Got him right as he attacked.
Nice. Finally, after this, we need a lot of money. So we're gonna use the sell function for hopefully the only time in the run to go here. I just want to sell enough to buy everything that I need later. That's not enough probably. So just some extras. It can vary depending on the run, but 36A is usually enough. Just go away. And now open this for another jump scare. As we go into Douglas's spot. In a very cool residential area in downtown Detroit or something. I don't know. It's actually a good advice. I could see nothing in the screen. Anyway, Douglas is unconscious. Something happened. Server disconnect, whatever. And so we can use the camera to know what happened. And it's Jenna.
Really rough.
Shocking.
Shocking. She's behind everything. Which means we probably fight another one of her goons.
Probably.
Probably.
Is this the beta one then?
Yep. After alpha
Second
comes
fight?
beta.
It makes sense.
Which is, as I said, ironically, way harder. Like, way harder to optimize. Anyway, we are here on our own and illegally, so now we got caught. Oh well. And since I'm trash, I'm just gonna go to the trash and not let anything bother me.
Don't tell me you got something to do with all this shit.
We have to wait for a little bit as the dialogue progresses and Homunculus beta appears.
All right, Sarah, take him down.
Right when Hal tells us about some kind of energy,
Yeah, I get it. We can't just
right
sit
after
back
this.
and watch. But we're in real trouble now. Wait. Hold up. I'm picking up a lot of energy nearby.
And I want to
It's
buff
coming
up.
towards us. Up there. Look out.
It went through, so it's nice. I want to dodge this first attack, get under him, and spin. And hopefully, this skills. Sometimes depends on positioning and stuff. Please spin. Alright, fine.
Yeah.
I can just shoot him. Oh, but okay, sure.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Nice.
Shout out to Gyroscope, by the way.
Huge gyro aim. Still pretty good fight. Not really ideal, but
It was definitely a file 6. I've had worse.
yeah. Could be worse, could be better, but
Also, we skip an important cutscene. Akira is back, and edgier than ever.
yes, very edgy.
If you know color theory, we are white and blue. That means good. Akira is red and black. Good?
Yeah, very good.
Definitely. Nothing fishy about that. Also, we are in prison because, of course, we were bad boys.
Yeah, bad cops.
For the start of file 7, they're gonna imprison here. We have a lot of dialogue to go through. Some calls that we're gonna skip completely because slow. And then they're gonna realize that, as it turns out, they can't do anything without us. So we're just gonna get out of prison like that. Just sat for like 2 minutes or something. Because another Homunculus, I think it starts at alpha and then evolves to beta, but another one is ravaging another part of the city. So we're gonna go do that. But first, we got a lot of money. We want some upgrades. But a very important one in particular. Because every single upgrade on the X baton gives you, at least until level 6, I think, gives you an extra command, and we want Assault. Assault is really good.
Yes.
Here, emergency. Mash like crazy. Consider it for a sec. And just liberate the girl. Of course, we get changed. There's a lot of outfits, and this is one that you can unlock. But we go back to this normal police outfit, and we're gonna be in it for the entire run. Changing outfits is not fast in general. Right. So we want to upgrade right away. Hopefully have enough money. Get delay attack, which is not useful. Get somersault, which is actually detrimental. And then we get assault. With some money to spare.
Yeah, very nice.
Right. And we can go right into the next file. File 7 is showing that most of the places that we've been to are actually connected with each other. We're going to start in file 1, then we're going to go to another new area that we can actually visit in the next file as well. And then we go into the file 2 section, but we go through it backwards, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's very cool. Like the world's connected and not just different levels.
They didn't really bother changing the scenery too much. It's destroyed.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a barrier, which means we can climb over it using this setup in particular. I can go be snack with our boy the Homunculus. Right there. So yeah, he's on the ceiling. He's shooting lasers. He's supposed to shoot a laser through that. I'm pointing to it. And then you have to wait for that to open the way. But you can just go here. And now he's gonna try to hit us with the toy truck. You can also skip this by shooting him in the head twice. He just gets bored and sleepy, but not for long. Right. And now, since he has legs, he's gonna start moving the destruction to other parts of the city. Unfortunately, he's not the big threat in this file. That's gonna be the big bird that we're gonna see now. Also, he's going there.
Nice shot.
Homunculus path is always funny. Anyway, hurry ahead, we don't care. Akira is here helping others, but he's not good enough. He also has a legion now, again. That's Kelaino. Get familiar with her. So, we are going into Super Rich Escape. Rich Escape used to be a escape that a guy called Richard that we're gonna see in just a sec as I go through some out-of-bounds sections. If this works, thank you. That's Richard, please.
Yeah.
He's shooting things very intently, and he's protecting that button that you see on the left that lowers this bridge. There's also a fight before that we skip doing this, but basically this bridge is not solid at all. So you can just go through it.
Nice.
And that's Alan, another one of our friends. That he's gonna be begging for his life. We're gonna do nothing about it. Seems like a him problem, you know?
Yeah.
Please open the door. We have places to be. We have to go fast. Which hopefully goes through a fast Kelaino here. Kelaino phase 1 is easy. Stun. Get this. Did I get the fake stun? I got the fake stun, I think. Never mind.
No?
Know what's happening. Alright. That should be enough. So, Spicy Cobra and buff up. And now, Kelaino drags us to an astral plane to fight her. Or it, whatever. It's female presenting, so I assume her. And now we want to focus as much as possible on killing it as fast as possible.
Yes, this fight sucks.
So bad if it gets out of control. So I'm gonna try to do my strat. It's a 50-50.
You can do it. Easy.
So, target, send, get the... Oh my god. Right, Sword decided to tell me. Never mind. We're not getting the fast Kalino, I think. Hello? Right. We got destroyed. Unfortunate. That's how Kalino goes most of the time. So, I want to just... Not quite. If you let Kalino live for too long, this happens. It starts hovering around. And it's very annoying to kill, because you have to kill all of us for it to go down again. Are you here again? Thank you. Okay. So...
no.
God damn the bird. Alright, where are you? She's trolling me again! I hate this fight.
Such a funny fight.
Please, where are you? There.
Oh, come on.
That's barely any damage. God damn it. Oh well. Again, that's how Kalino goes most of the time. It's to be expected.
Yeah. It's sad, but it...
Yes, thank you. No. There. Big bird.
Yes. Oh.
And that should kill.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh.
Finally. God damn.
That's really unfortunate. That's just Kalino, right? Like.
Yeah. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. To calm down that we have a calm section where nothing is gonna happen except that laser. So if we have donations, throw them in now.
Karaoke Bot donated $100.
Ooh.
It's a fight for our paradise. A fight for our lives. So keep holding on, until we break this spell. Free yourself. Reach for the light in darkness and despair. If there comes a time when you are falling down, I'll be your savior.
That's Savior, the kind of anime opening that the game has. Also the secret boss theme. Absolute banger. Listen to it on YouTube. The entire soundtrack is amazing in general. So really recommend. Okay, this fight can go two ways. I either kill everything before it gets shielded, or I don't. Phase 1 is easy enough. Let me just be a little bit closer to the rest of the enemies. And go here. 1, 2, and I guess 3. That's that.
That's
Great.
good. Very nice.
That's the only thing that was between us and the eventual confrontation with the Homunculus. We can't actually kill the Homunculus here, but we're gonna get a spooky section here, getting chased by him. So we go through here, get the first barrier here that we can't actually climb through, unfortunately, but jump scare warning. Ooh. Thankfully the laser is not that strong. We can just tank it with arm and continue. Open the door, please. Right. After I open every single door, I want to circle around to another legion, so I don't have to wait. Didn't quite work out. Let's wait a little bit for energy as we go into the next section, which is survival against the Homunculus again. Except I have a newish trick that I'll hopefully be able to use properly. But first, wait, because if we go in too fast, we get a small, very annoying and completely optional section where you have to rescue people. Hopefully we don't get that. So now, go to this corner, get ready for this, and start climbing. There's an invisible barrier here, preventing us from advancing. But if we climb high enough... are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's new. I didn't know that could happen.
He stun you or something?
I guess so. Well, we're not getting the cool thing.
I wanted to see the cool thing.
Yeah, you go over that barrier and then enter this part from behind.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit faster. Mainly because there are not going to be any enemy spawns.
Okay.
So instead we're going to do an alternative strat. That is still kind of newish. So all of these enemies, if I can actually get it, thank you. Alright, this guy is gonna troll me probably. But yeah, you want to go to this elevator, and if there are enemies around, it can close. But
nice.
They didn't actually follow me, so that's nice. There's a lot of stats for that, but Black Hole is obviously very easy.
Yeah.
Okay, time for the actual confrontation with the Homunculus. Not without a very annoying fight before.
The Homunculus. It's on the side of that building. It's absorbing more data. That can't be good. Get rid of it, quick. If it evolves any further...
Right. We have 4 proto-legions here. They're gonna try to troll me. This not a super consistent fight at all. I'm gonna try to focus this guy now because he's kind of annoying. I want to get some buff as well. Fine. Very cool. Round arrow. And now, hopefully they group up enough so we can just kill them in tandem with our brother. That once again, he can't actually kill the enemies here, but they have enough health that you don't really notice it because he's not dealing any damage. Just like I'm not dealing any damage, apparently. Ooh. There we go.
Nice.
And now we have to get ready for Homunculus Beta 2 into the next evolution. Right, first drink, and I want to perfect dodge this. Didn't quite work out, unfortunately. So we just spin, and it goes bipedal, gets an armor that we can just, of course, spin to win.
Oh, you got one of the arms?
Apparently so. So, bind those, get it in the legs, and look at the health go. Definitely a fight.
Yeah. Really good fight.
Pretty good. Better than usual, that's for sure. And that's gonna be the end of File 7, and hopefully the last rank killer for just a little bit.
Yeah. Last rank killer until the next one.
Until the next one, yeah. We have one file to not have any rank killers in. Technically. I could still clean up very badly.
Yeah, ooh, my favorite part, clean up.
Everybody's favorite part. The closest thing to minigame IL that we have.
Yeah.
So, file 8 is called Peace. Basically, you go back to the same area and clean up. And it's just a meme file full of minigames and annoying stuff that you could do if you want 100%. Or you run all cases. All cases, in this particular case, is over an hour long. Just to put things into perspective, we are, I think, just under 14 minutes in this run with this. No, not 14. Closer to 12, 11, whatever.
It's pretty short.
It's one of the shortest ones in the game, for sure. So yeah, everything is optional. So what we're gonna do is just go up into the same elevator. 1, 2, 3, go. As you can see, I try to use arm dashes not too much and then change to beast. What I'm doing is routing energy so I don't run out immediately and I can do everything here fast enough. Every single arm dash is about 15 energy used, 15%. Actually, it's 15 flat because you can get up to 200%.
Yeah.
200 energy, whatever. So you have to kind of manage to get as many arm dashes without running out of energy as you can. It's basically the best way to optimize this game, other than getting good combat. Right. And now, same thing, except all of our friends are here to investigate. And there's a dog, Francozik. And we ignore everything else and go right into cleanup. This 1, 2, go over. And I want to start this with arrow, because cleanup is definitely annoying. I'm gonna focus on it so you can probably explain it.
Yeah, so basically there's all this red matter everywhere, and the goal is, as you see in the percentage bar up top, the goal is to get that percentage bar to 100% and clean up, I think it's all the red matter you need.
And portals and one final
all
fight.
the red matter, all the portals, the meme fight, all that stuff, which is, I mean, it's pretty funny. You can miss like one blob and have to search through the entire place to just see which one you've missed. But there are percentage counters at like certain points that you can look at and you see, oh, I've missed. I'm supposed to have this percentage and I don't. So you can sort of check it like that if you actually remember those. But yeah, pretty... like absolute worst thing that can happen is you're forced to run out the timer, because after the timers run out, you just continue with the mission like normal.
I'm not gonna run out of time, unfortunately.
the timer would be longer than the rest of the file.
Yep.
Which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So it's just you go pick up the red matter with everything that requires Legion movement. You use the arrow, and then everything that requires a U movement, you use the Arm Legion. Because when you pick up red matter, you get energy back, so you can just keep spamming dashes pretty much.
Yep. The objective is to go to the last section before minute... Oh, missed something. There we go. Before minute 9 hits, because then Akira talks.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, how's it going? And then you can't actually interact with the... I think I missed one, yeah.
Yes.
You can't actually interact with the portal to enter the fight, so that's slow.
Yeah, you actually lose more time.
Can you slide, please?
Yes.
Also, cool start here. This would be annoying, but we can use super armor to block this.
That would have been so useful to know 3 years ago.
Yeah, usually you get just hit with that, and I don't know why you supposedly have to tank it in some way, so you don't do that. Mainly with arm or slashing it with sword. You can just tank it with any sort of super armor. There's 2 types of super armor, and thankfully super armor... I think I missed one, actually. Super armor Omega, which is the other one, is essentially impossible to get in a real run unless you're doing abilities. Where is it?
Where did you miss? I didn't see you miss anything.
Weird. But Super Armor Alpha, which is the one that we have now, but we still have it. Never mind. That one is useful enough. Oh my god! Really?
Really? Yeah.
That's so.
That's so.
So as you can see,
this is why cleanup sucks.
But you'll have to handle it on your own for a bit.
if you don't do it perfectly like that,
yeah,
what happens? Oh well, that's how stuff goes sometimes. So this final fight is gonna go by pretty fast if everything goes right. We're gonna slash to clear of those. It's 1 round of doggos and then slimes, and then 1 big dog and 1 big slime. Can you? Thank you. Hopefully all of them can be hit with the slash and killed very fast. And we can prepare for an instant bind on these 2 guys. And that should kill in just a sec. Well, he moved back somehow, but fine enough. Despite everything, good cleanup.
Yeah. It could have been a lot worse of a cleanup since you missed one. Could have been like all the way at the start.
Yeah, thankfully you can tell where you missed something based on that, but usually I don't look at the last one. Anyway, after this cleanup, you're supposed to be done with the mission. But then you get a signal from your parent, or your dad's rather, Legatus, meaning that, oh right, he disappeared by the way at the start of the game in file 2. Everyone else actually came back, but he didn't. So now we get a signal from that. And we're gonna go investigate that. In this maze section, which is actually scripted, I'm gonna try to do a lot of arm dash at the start, getting energy on the way, and right around here, I'm low enough that I'm forced to do this. There are some triggers that you have to hit here. You're supposed to follow the actual path as Beast gives you directions, but it's the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
And now at the end, get enough energy to finish this with more arm. If I can actually change it, of course. And of course, this transitions to another astral plane. One of the most broken ones in the entire game, really. We do nothing here. Okay, first off, are you supposed to move this platform? How about no? Let's do that.
Arm good.
You are also supposed to move that platform. How about no? Go here, move this. Come on. Come on. Too fast. And now there's supposed to be a long fight here that you can just kind of go around and ignore again. Go up. And the fight is still there. We have to go through the fight anywhere. Unless you can just jump here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not arm. Come on. I'll move this here. And here's the actual biggest skip and funniest skip by far. Look at that. That's a nice bridge. So why is there a bridge here?
I think so you can drag the cube across.
True. Weird puzzle, but sure. I'll take it. It goes in the square hole. And that's essentially the end of the astral plane, except we have to go first meet the landmines here that I don't want to drive with. And we go to find the final Legion axe. Oh, that's Legion. I'm blocking arm myself. Nice. That is right here. It has a protective shield around him. We want to break it. And that stuns him. And then there's a few different stats that you can use. I just like to assault with this because it can go into that puddle of goo. Astral goo, whatever. I don't know what it is really. And I'm getting kind of rolled by that. Yeah, after this, just a few more of these, and we have Axe Legion.
Very nice.
Axe Legion is very strong, but it takes a lot of setup to actually be strong. So we're gonna get some of that setup. I got some matter there. Nice. Nice animation. So yeah, I want to actually use Axe later. So what I'm gonna do is right away go here and get some buffs. Now we get blue shield, which is not useful, but it's a 3 hit shield that works against any single attack, and it gives you super armor for them, of course. And the most important part is that we get another power charge, so we can cycle through them. Attack up +10. Assign this. And now we have it ready for later. Kinda. We need one more button thing. We're not gonna use Axe at all at the start here, but then on files 10 and 11 it's gonna be widely used for everything.
Yeah.
But hey, we were talking about rank killers. File 9 is definitely one of them.
You could just say that about like every file.
No, file 10 is fine.
Yeah, okay, true. File 10 is pretty fine, but file 11 is also like another run killer.
It's at the end, so
yeah.
Of course. Jenna is back, and she wants to fight. That's all the lore that you need. We go back from cleaning, and they say, oh, hell nah, they hit another part of the arc while you were just cleaning. Go do that. We're gonna find the final iteration of the Homunculus, which is actually pretty disappointing. It can float. I think that's the only new feature. It's really big, I guess. Not interesting at all. Also, this is Harmony Square again. Except this time it's closed off. We don't have to jaywalk. We are jaywalking constantly. And we're gonna ignore the danger first because I don't have fishy water. So I want to get fishy water. Right here. Also Mega Milk, because I'm gonna need some of them for the last file. Now turn around again. This is another one of those lots of extra missions around before you fight the boss, but you can just go here and fight it right away. Homunculus. What's the next one? Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. Delta.
Oh.
It's definitely a fight.
Yeah.
I want to buff up here. I got the worst possible attack, which is lovely. Please spin. So the eggs are bad because they explode, and I don't want to get exploded on, just like that. But mainly what I want to do here is do enough damage for it to fall down. Try to recover some, and now brrr, and brrr, and brrr, and that's the fight. We leave it at 1 HP, forced into a second fight, but we can just actually let me do it properly so I don't hurt my hands.
Oh,
it was not at 1 HP actually.
2 shots.
Okay, sure. It looked like a pixel to me.
Yeah, unfortunately it was 2 pixels, so.
Should have used a ruler.
Yeah.
Right. Time for this. This is definitely one of the hardest Astral planes in the entire run. It's skip after skip after skip, which is very cool if everything goes right. Let's see. This is supposed to be an introduction to Axe. Axe has 2 properties. It can place explosive swords that break blocks like those ones, the one that has the crack. And it can also use the protective shield to... That's not going to work out, but no. It's fine. We can ignore all the blocks. It can use the protective shield to shield you from poisonous stuff, mainly gas. They're going to give us... Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Definitely very nice. Thankfully, super climbing makes the blocks completely irrelevant. We're gonna get the tutorial here to use Axe. We don't care. We're gonna send here. Target this guy on me there to get a lot of height. And now we're above the blocks again. Go around everything in that section into the next one. And now I want to trigger this so I don't get trolled. And we're gonna do a skip that I like to call the Tony Hawk. Off the ramp, send arm, and here we are.
Very nice.
How many points is that?
I was like a 9.5 out of 10, I think.
In Tony Hawk terms, come on.
Tony, dude, I don't know. I don't play Tony Hawk.
I don't either.
That's like
funny.
I don't know, a few thousand. There's combo, so there has to be some multiplier. Here's another multiplier. Oh, I didn't actually get it, unfortunately. You can
arm climb, whatever. You can arm climb there using gun in the air to gain some height, and then armoring and re-armoring again. So you climb up and then repeat it. And with that, you can just clear all of this. Didn't quite work out, but it's fine. This is the Homunculus egg. You can probably guess how it dies. But it has a 4-second phase. What I want to do is go up and then use the splash damage from gun to just destroy both layers really fast. Spin, spin, thank you.
Nice.
Just like that. And with that, we are done with this. And we can go right into the boss rush for this file, which is Jenna, and then Jenna.
Jenna.
Jenna 1, 2, and 3. Jenna 1, we're supposed to fight it during file 4 when Nakira was getting beat up. Of course, we didn't do that. And instead, we're gonna fight her here. She's actually a pushover at this point. I can do this, bind, get ready, go behind her, and damage as much as possible so we get dialogue started. And 1 HP, this time for sure.
This definitely 1 HP, yeah.
And we can just waste time while she talks. She has a lot of attacks, all of them avoidable. Except for that one, that's impossible to avoid, I'm sorry. Ooh. This has another dodge, so that's always funny. And now, while the dialogue is ending, send the doggo so we can have a constant hitbox, and that's Jenna 1. After this, Jenna takes a lot of drugs and turns into an angel or something like that. Don't do that. The drugs are not gonna turn you into an angel. Yes. Don't believe the lies. So we have to follow her in another very exciting motorcycle section.
My favorite, honestly.
This is, unironically, one of the hardest parts of 100%ing this game. Getting through this without taking damage is impossible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not that we care about that right now.
Yeah, thankfully, we don't. This is not one of those meme categories.
The one thing that is different from file 1 is that we can use legions. Every single one has a special attack. The fastest one to use by far is arrow, mainly because it hits a lot of times. So you can time them out like that, wait for it to spin a little bit, and then send again. It used to be that you only used sword here, and then people realized that arrow was better, and then now that we actually buff up arrow, it's significantly faster by a long margin.
Yeah.
Also, this is not an low score now. We have to actually try and kill stuff. But other than that, it's a pretty calm section. Ooh.
Nice dodges.
Yeah, you get way too much invincibility. Yeah. There's one section in particular that I like to showcase that at. Where you can just mash, dodge, and not care about anything. Also, I think I didn't actually talk about it, but oh, just a section, by the way. We don't care. If you have played this game before, I'm dodging with R. I play control scheme D because I'm a weirdo. That's my personality trait when running this game, other than playing female because I love losing time.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, pretty good. Anyway, so now this boy is gonna start spinning, and we just finish him off if Arrow decides to do the thing. That was a mid boss only. There's an actual final boss in this section, and it's gonna be the only time we see Chimera having an interaction. Every single Chimera has a specific name and a rank, and you're supposed to watch the cutscenes where they get introduced. We skip all of them, except this one. You can skip this one. There's gonna be Cryos. Hope you enjoy the splash screen. Whoa, he didn't die and... This is Cryos. Very cool lad. Cryos has very easy to dodge attacks, and I want to dodge them if I remember to, so I can maybe get some backstabs with arrow. I'm not doing well at dodging.
Hey, come on.
There we go.
There you go. Easy.
So it's gonna be 2 sets of attacks ending with this. And that was actually intentional, don't laugh. And now he's gonna start charging his laser. And we want to get him doing this.
Nice.
Pretty good. Not pretty, but definitely.
It worked. That's all that matters.
Now for Jenna 2. Which hopefully will go well. If I can get the instant bind. I don't, but it's fine. She's on the ground. This is actually bad. I'm gonna send her to the ground. Get this. And we do fishy water. I have no idea where her back is, actually. I was so confused. Right, we have to improvise a lot.
Yes.
I'm gonna do one of these. You can skill this howl as well, if I get it. Right. You, like that. Send her to the ground. And we're gonna chain bind again. And this time I know where her back is, which is not here. And we can combo with axe. Oh my god! Alright, never mind. I have super armor. How did she not die? That was weird. Alright, please, just give me a good Jenna 3. Let's forget about everything.
I'm praying.
So yeah, Jenna is officially morphing. She's gonna turn into an actual Evangelion angel. That's Jenna. So, first up we have to fight the goons again. I hate this game.
This game is such a troll sometimes.
Yeah. Thankfully we are not in danger of dying. I hope.
No.
Please. There. So yeah, the goons are here. I'm gonna just do the standard thing, which is this. Ah! Oh my god. I am in danger of dying. I'm in danger of dying.
Please.
Please die. Okay, fine.
You're good.
I'm so scared.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
There we go.
Good.
That's fine. We have health now.
Yeah.
We have health.
You also have 6 respawns because it's casual.
But it's
it would be slow, but
dying is very slow.
No risk of game overs and loading saves, thankfully.
Anyway, we're gonna dash to this. I get the worst possible attack, of course, but thankfully I dodged it. But I got hit. My legion got hit rather, so I want to wait a little bit here for energy. And now Jenna is big. Please spin. Thank you. Right, and with that, finally, we can get ready to destroy the second arm. Just like that. And stay there for a final spinach. Sure.
Nice.
Very extended again, but it's fine. It's fine.
Good save. You didn't die. That's the most important bit.
It's very important. Yes. So, finisher, anime finisher, of course, to kill Jenna once and for all, and that means we beat the bad girl in this case. The game is over.
Yes.
And now we are the ones to morph. So apparently we overexceeded ourselves so much that now we have fused with Soul Legion and we're gonna beat up Akira. Oh no!
Horrible.
We hesitate for a sec, of course. It's our brother. How could we do that? Well, there's a QTE to not beat up Akira.
Yeah. What are you doing?
This is... Did you know that saving your brother is slow?
Nah, that's crazy.
It is. I can do nothing. This bathroom break too, except it's so short.
Yeah, I mean, if you can go for a bathroom break in this like short amount of time, I'd be very impressed.
That's the bathroom break. And that's file 7. So now we are officially outcasts. Because turns out our boss, Joseph, is actually evil. Whoa!
Oh, crazy.
Who could have seen that coming? So Jenna and him work together, and apparently they both want to ambiguously take over the world or humanity or something. So now we are cast away. There's a new police force called the Ravens, which are all edgy like Akira and all have legions out of nowhere. And we are... I don't know what this specific place is. We are in one of Hal's hideouts, basically. And this is going to be our base of operations. We're going to have the option to get informed. We don't care.
What gives?
And thankfully, here, it's a less pretty and less groovy version of HQ, but we can still get upgrades and get drinks. And I should have 9.6k. No, I think this is gonna be some extra money that I need, fortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's sell the one thing that gives you a lot of money. This dented body armor. It's required to get this because it's a reward from some fight. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's fine. Now we are neighborhood cops. We're gonna go around and help people. As it turns out, it doesn't matter who you help. You just need to help or solve 2 cases rather. Any 2 cases to advance the story. So we're gonna do the fastest ones, which are right around here. Anyway, I got spin. We were spinning to win earlier, but we have a new version of that now, thanks to Axe. Look at this.
Oh,
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Axe spin is one of the best options for DPS in the game by far, and we're gonna be abusing it for most fights coming up. And second case rather. I get the first one, nice. And that's enough to tell the game that we are ready to continue. There's monster detectors or something like that, and they are getting destroyed, so we need to fix them. That's basically the plot to this upcoming one. So, there's some sections before that were all skipped, where you have to let your legion do this, fix something while you fight enemies. This is the exact opposite. And it's another kinda meh autoscaler.
Yeah, very relaxing.
There's enemies, but they are not a threat. Unless Sword decides to not hit them, of course. There we go, spin. And the actual threat is this last wave, which hopefully will go fine. I need to kill these guys fast. Nice. And now I need this guy to not charge me. Thank you. Now I can just volley him like this until he dies. Just like that. And the thing is repaired. We can go to the next one.
Okay, there.
Which is actually getting destroyed right now. We're gonna find the perpetrator and just find him right away. And go into one of the newer enemy types that gets introduced way too late into the game.
Yeah.
The serpents. Serpents are very annoying. Change to arm, like that. So the first one, serpents burn into the ground and you have to dig them out. We're gonna try to make the first one not do that by grabbing it, just like that. And that's an incorrect lesion. That should deal enough damage, I think.
Yeah.
Just like that. And now spawn can these two with a howl and spin. Just like that.
Very nice.
Good enough. And that's gonna be the end of this particular section, because now we get an actual objective instead of helping around the neighborhood. Nice, whatever I picked up. Cheap radio. Okay, so as we go here, that's Olive, our friend that I didn't talk about because she's part of the story for sure. And she received some sort of message from her girlfriend, Brenda, which we are more familiar with. So we have to go and find her on the sewers with another stealth section.
I mean, this one's like even sneakier than the last.
Definitely. Doing it normally is actually so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Doing this casually, you may get really mad if you get caught. Let me show you the way. You find this guy. Go right here. Wait for it. Actually, I didn't get any energy, so that was completely worthless. And now we get arm, go up.
Careful. There's one of them at the top of that ladder.
And we're gonna get a lot of warnings about how many guards there are. What guards?
It's a lot of guards right there.
A lot of them. Oh, there's two. That's more than one. So, find them, and that's the end of the stairs section, basically. Minus one meme coming up.
One meme trick.
And people are very scared about this. I don't care. I don't get caught. Well, I do, but...
Yeah, easy.
You can just do that. He doesn't care. Oh, also shoutouts to Love at First Sight. For friends.
Yeah.
They were scared. They don't want to do that, apparently.
No.
Right. Now things are gonna start going bad. And I don't care. There's two fights around here that you are supposed to do. I can just climb here and hopefully this goes well. Jump over that, skip everything, and oh no! There's a barrier. What do we do? If you guess, go up. Congrats.
What do they win?
No. My love and affection. Oh, not quite. They get a special commemoration of seeing this second try.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
We're gonna find the body that is doing this. It's called Kronos. Oh, come on. I want to clip out of the stairs here to skip something. That these cops here are supposed to go back and start shooting and place an invisible barrier. We can skip that by clipping to the stairs. And now for the Kronos fight. He has a shield rather. So we break it. Please. Thank you. And now with some spinning,
nice.
We are done. Right, so all of this was to actually find Brenda. And she's apparently right after this. But you may guess that it's actually a trap. Kinda.
No.
Yes. We're gonna be reunited with our brother, Akira, and the Ravens, which are very menacing. Hopefully this goes well. I can do the meme. So, that.
That's an order. Listen to me.
Here. And we climb. Because this is surrounded by an invisible wall, but it's not high enough. Please don't tell me.
Oh.
Right. whatever. They didn't all get caught up. You can just waste time here. It's another autoscroller section, dialogue section. But it can go badly. Either way, we're not losing any time by doing any sort of meme because the dialogue does not change at all. Let me reset this. So that. Do you get pulled in? No. Alright. Heck you.
There's no proof anything they've done is treason.
We're not gonna be able to go out of bounds in this section, but we have another one coming up, so it's fine.
Yeah, everyone's favorite, waiting for dialogue for like 4 minutes straight.
There we go.
Nice.
Yay.
We'll deal with you as well.
This is the perfect opportunity for an actual selfie, but we don't have time, unfortunately.
Consider this my parting gift.
Because our big reveal, the ribbons are actually all clones of Akira. And I can repeat the exact same thing here. Hopefully, same. Also, Akira is dead again.
Yeah.
It's a tradition at this point.
What are you doing?
It's nothing to be concerned about, Brenda. Pawns go back in the box when they're captured.
I failed one of the rolls, but it should be fine.
One day,
Just like that.
Nice.
No way.
Oh, they all get,
way.
they all got knocked down.
Good could this possibly be?
Yeah. They don't know how to jump, so we are superior.
Pretty good picture.
And no time loss by doing it there. At least I hope so.
I mean, the worst case is like, what, half a second or something.
I guess so. Also, Akira is now that. Copying our thing, morbing as well.
What do you mean? What's happening?
I want him to attack me, please. Akira in this form has another very big weakness to invisible walls. In particular, the invisible wall that's helping our friends not die. So I'm gonna use that to showcase some early 100% routing.
Ooh, but this is something else.
Yep.
Exclusive to right here, right now.
Exactly. So as it turns out, this is still open. Water is fake. Don't believe the government's lies. And so I can use this time to go here and open 2 chests. Very cool.
You know what?
Actual speed tech rondo.
On purpose this time.
And with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah.
Push your legion sync rate to the limit and not even death could stop you.
Wait, how do you know
Look
whether
at
they'll
us.
get back to normal?
I do not. But I do know that Akira's
Right,
gonna kill
and
us
now
all
we're
if
gonna
we
unlock
try.
fusion ourselves.
It's a long shot,
I want
but
to
it's the only
buff
shot we
before
have.
this.
It's all up to you, my friend.
And now mash as we go into this. Fusion is very strong. I don't know why the prompt is still there.
You mashed too fast.
Probably. All of the buffs that we get carry to this form. So it's nice that we can use it to do that. And it attacks really fast. So it's a really fast fight. That's gonna be file 10. Right. And now we have fusion in general. We can use it whenever. But it takes a long time to recharge.
Yeah, like an entire file, pretty much.
Yeah. There used to be an old strat where you use it here at the midpoint of file 11, which is the last file of the run, by the way. We are really close to the end. And then you would get it again by spamming sync attacks, which charges it very slowly.
Yeah,
But now we only use it once, hopefully.
definitely.
Yep. So we go back to the ARI, the hospital, which is the base of operations for Yusef for the final confrontation. And it's quite a gauntlet of fights, but first off, we have a pretty relaxing section. We just go to the elevator and wait for stuff to happen.
Calm before the storm.
Yep. And it doesn't matter how fast we go because,
Hooked me up with a floor map,
again,
so
dialogue.
I can handle navigation.
All right, Olive. Lead the way.
It's quiet in there.
Too quiet.
There aren't even any guards.
So,
Something is
here and
definitely
now
up here.
we can rest.
Even if it is a
And it's the perfect occasion to, I guess, shout out some people. First off, since this stream to Japanese stream, we couldn't have this, so shout out to Rachu, Mariana, and and Kure, the 3 gods of this game. Mariana being the early innovator, the guy who beat the 240 barrier first.
Yeah.
Kure coming in with so many crazy stars that nobody could even think of. And then Rachu being the actual person to optimize it the most, and current world record holder. He's an absolute god, and he's probably sleeping now because it's like 5 a.m. in Japan.
Oh yeah, it's super early. I hope Ryu's sleeping.
He's also kind of a degen sometimes, but not at this point. Shout out to Shem as well, the other EU runner that is on kind of the top with me, because USA is really falling behind now. Also, clones. I'm gonna do the funny strat, go mine everything. There's other people. Oh, what am I doing? Hello? There's other people in the community in general that don't run as much. Shem and me and Rachu are basically the 3 people that kind of grind this the most. Yeah. But shout outs to Cap, shout outs to Swift Shadow, the legend. Shout outs to who am I missing? Ko, another Japanese runner, of course. Cobalt, Luca, Hank, you're all legends. Shout outs to Xenoblade, shout outs to Alcratz, finder of many movement decks that we use on the run, even early, and then the actual innovator on super climbing. Very nice guy. Shout outs to Cavalex, a data miner that has found very recently, like a month ago, the Platinum Games code for this game that unlocks playing in Ultimate right away, which is very funny because New Game Ultimate is definitely a category that you can play, and you should not. It's not worth it. You die in 2 hits in file 1.
Well, that sounds like fun though.
It is kind of fun, to a degree. I'm probably missing more people, but shout outs to anybody on the Speedrun in Discord for this game. If you have any will to learn this game, even the harder tricks can be changed for easier versions. You can optimize a lot to your own needs. I'm doing a lot of hard strats that you should probably not do from the start. Generally, this game is really chill to learn and to keep running. So if you want a mid-sized run like this, and you want to play this game, of course, because this game is sick.
Yeah.
Head on to that. And while I was doing that, this is Arc with an E, not the arc that we're on. It's the final boss of this section, as we go into something that actually needs commentary.
Yeah.
This part. There are 3 walls that I want to skip. Never mind. Never lucky.
Yeah, if you time the dodges right and sending the Legion right and everything, you can dash past all 3 walls.
Then you have Axe Legend section, as they said. You definitely used Axe there.
Yeah, 100%.
And finally into Hall of Cerberus, which is always very scary. If you get hit, you go to the start, but as long as I hold back and don't do too much, we should go to the end into the Raven's boss fight, which is going to follow the same pattern as the clones one, except for some cool movement at the start. And it's very important that they all go into the black hole, otherwise we have to improvise, and that's not fun. So Mega Milk to get that armor going, and that, oh, pretty good actually, except for that. Oh, never mind, they are trolling me. But yeah, when enemies are inside this vortex, the exploding sword that Axe is putting on them explodes and hits all of them, which is amazing damage, like at sword DPS. So, decent fight.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And now we need to restock and go into... Ooh. another small gauntlet. So, fish water. There we go. Because we're gonna need it for the final fights for sure.
Yes.
Very important.
Massive time saver.
Right. Elevator is a few rounds of enemies. First off the birds, which die very fast to this assault. If I can time it right. Into 3 dudes. I want to kill this center one in particular before it puts up a shield. And now slimes. Ice slimes, which is bad because if I get hit, I need to wait for the defrosting. Just like that. Very interesting for sure. I don't know what he's doing there, but it was definitely a fight. And finally, Scylla.
No, chain memes.
This enemy is shaped very weirdly, so sometimes that happens. It's fine. Whoa. Now 1, 2. Hopefully this kills fast, and that should be the end of the elevator. And we can go into the final gauntlet. Final gauntlet part 1. Akira. Akira doesn't like getting jumped on, so we knock him down.
Finally take care of myself.
Buff up.
But this power, it's not like yours.
And this is time to dialogue, but I want to kill him as much as possible. And we go into Nemesis Legions, which I want to use Vision for. So, first off, that I see Arm doing memes there, so hello? There we go. I did enough damage here to kill all 5 of them as they come in, hopefully. The most important one here being Arrow. Then Axe, and finally Sword. Right there. Please be enough.
That looks, yeah, that's enough. Good.
Pretty good. And now, this transition doesn't make sense. But that's our boss. Welcome to Noah. This is the Ark. Of course, Noah is the boss of the Ark.
Yeah.
So now our boss is very big. He's doing anime villain stuff, like punching us into 4 different sections of platforming. Thankfully, 3 of them can be completely skipped by just falling. Fine. This one in particular, I have to wait for quite a long time. Because if the platform gets destroyed, then it signifies that we can go into the next one. Otherwise, not. Now, lasers. And now I have to actually try.
Yeah. You have to do some, yeah, it's basically just normal platforming.
Very scary platforming.
Except it's very janky.
Yeah. Usually arm dashes are 4 directions only. So we are trying to do box movement with some platforms. So here, for example, you're going to see how close I am to just falling down. Once I try to go here, ooh. And here again. But at the end of the day, we are fine.
Yeah. Oh, you almost fell off there at the end.
Would have been really bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can do self-recam for a bit as we get absorbed and fight geometry. The next step in the evolution line. Buff up before that. Thankfully, this boss, Noah Core, is very, very simple and very, very easy.
Yeah.
If I can spin, of course. Ooh. It's scary. Why did I shoot though? Please. Alright. As long as I break the barriers fast enough, it's fine.
Yeah. So you don't get meme walled.
There we go.
Nice.
Good enough. Now for the final and real challenge of this boss gauntlet.
You got it, you got it.
Noah Prime. Will he be good?
Yes, yeah. Just trust.
Alright. First off, I want to counter the first attack that he sends. Like that. Now we buff up. Extend the stun with a howl. Change to axe and start spinning. If I get enough backstabs, this should be over here, at least phase 1.
Not quite.
Not quite, but we are pretty far into the boss fight. That's an insta-kill. We don't want to get hit by that. I think we just ignore that for a sec. What the fuck is this attack? Hello? There we go. Unfortunately, we're gonna run out of fishy water for phase 2 very fast.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't stop during the transition. This is the transition, by the way. He's gonna grow 2 more arms, and then it's gonna get annoying. If I get an early cycle, that would be nice.
Yeah. Trust.
It's completely RNG. But it's fine. I have an extra. No, not quite. But it's fine. We have Howl. The plan is to this. Howl, so he goes down. Soup is soup. That's my backup. And now, god damn it, he turned around immediately. Oh my god. This boss sometimes. Hello? Oh, he was getting ready. Thankfully I can skill glitch Howl. I didn't actually get it, unfortunately. Alright, it's getting hairy, but it's fine.
Yeah, you'll be good, you'll be good.
Stun now. And one, two, and this should be it.
Yeah,
there we go.
Nice.
Now, a final team attack. Just mash L.
Hardest part of the run right here. Mashing out.
I'm gonna just destroy him for a little bit. Which is not quite time yet. We have one final section, choosing the ending, which doesn't matter at all. But yeah, turns out Akira got absorbed by Noah, and that's why he's so powerful, apparently. But now he has a will of his own, or something like that. He's gonna hold back Noah, and we can choose to either kill Akira or nuke Boston. I mean, let him do it himself. So, time is gonna be when I choose an option on Akira.
Yeah, very shortly.
You have
time. Underestimate, we did it!
You see? Told you.
That was very bad.
Yeah, I mean, for your standards, maybe, but that was still pretty good.
A lot of the skips in this game are really hard and esoteric to actually get. I'm happy that I showcased all of them mostly.
Yeah.
But it definitely takes a while for the newer climbs and stuff to get going, and it's very easy to fail them. So, hey, I got it done.
Yeah, you did. I'm proud of you.
I definitely got it done. I would not call this good by any means, as I said, but it was a showcase that I can at least say was good enough. It was a showcase for a game that I love, and a game that I urge everyone to actually play. I've lent this game to 2 people so far, and none of them have actually finished it. I'm calling you out right now. Okay, please finish my game. And everybody, in the Astral Speedrun in Discord, and everybody that has played this game and has watched this run and would like to kind of learn it, you can find me there at any single time. Yusuke's also there, but
no, I'm not really active anymore. I was active at the start of the existence of the speed game.
But yeah, we can help you learn this game at any point. Shoutouts to everybody in the leaderboard, as I said earlier. Raichu, who maybe is awake right now. I don't know. Shoutouts to Shem, my partner in crime. Shoutouts to everybody else that I already shouted earlier. Shoutouts to ESA as well for having me. And I've been Herrete. Thanks for watching. Shoutouts to La Criatura as well.
Neuron HQ theme is my alarm, donated $5. Thanks for doing a great run of one of Platinum's best games. Hope we see the sequel someday soon. You two were great.
Shoutouts to the donation as well. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye bye.